J50. I need to thoroughly consult with accused number 1 and 2 to my satisfaction so that I can proceed to cross-examine the witness, especially on the charge sheet. And there are certain parts in the docket where accused number 1 has just indicated to me that he wants to be shown a part where his thumbprint was placed on the docket.
No, fine. 7. I'm not interfering. Wait, Mr. Mngomezulu, please. I've listened to this witness. So I'm saying, where he says...
My Lord, I think I would request an adjournment because if the court is disturbing my cross-examination, you are taking me out of the line.
No, I can't.
May I just stand the matter down until tomorrow?
No ways.
Ever since the arrival of Brigadier Keninda, there has been a moment, or there have been a heat moment in court. Look, a war erupted in court, and this war was between Advocate Mngomezulu and the judge. They went face to face. What is it that they are seeing that we are probably not seeing? The question that I have to ask is, who is probably wrong? Those are some of the questions that I sit here and I cannot help but ask myself such questions. Maybe let me give you an example in this one. You are living wherever you are living, right? Say, for instance, in your line, in your street, there is one person in your hood that is consistently in a fight with people in that area. Is it possible to believe that these people are wrong? In fact, these people are wrong and he's right. The one who's constantly in a fight against other people. Or we will eventually think that, no man, how come this one person has got problem with everybody? I think logic tells me that we are most likely to look at the one who is always in conflict with others. Because logic tells us that it can't be that people are constantly fighting you. What is it that people are not happy about that everybody wants to fight you? Well, in case you don't understand the context of this message, the context is the judge had a problem at some point with Advocate Mshololo. The judge had a problem with Advocate Nisi. The judge today had a problem with Advocate Mngomezulu. I'm talking about moments where it was tense in court. Well, you know, there's another thing that has been tense here. It has been tense, and the tenseness came from the fact that you are not subscribed. 63.3% of people are watching this video, causing a tension here, hurting my feelings by not subscribing. I don't get it, because to subscribe, it is free. To like the video, it is free. To comment in the comment section below, it is free. To share this video, it is free. To watch this video until the end, it is free. To watch the ads, it is free. If all of those things are free, yet you don't do it, you just decide that you're going to hurt my feelings, you're going to create a tense situation here just so that you can just hurt my feelings by not subscribing. Why are you doing that? For the why? I put it to you that you subscribe now. You do all those things now. I also put it to you that you make use of the button. There's a button called join. Click that join button. Join, become a member of this YouTube channel. Also, there's a button called thanks. You can just thank the channel. It's a once-off donation. Just click the button thanks. Hi guys, we are going back to the court. Right, there are a lot of things. I'm going to have to play you the video at the end, right? I'm going to give you this video at the end, but there are quite a number of things that are coming up here. There are quite a number of things that are questionable that are happening in court. I've heard a lot of people complaining that something needs to be done. Like people are saying something seriously needs to be done. But, you know, I want to talk about the R versus Hepworth story that the judge quoted, right? I think it's about time we visit the R versus Hepworth judgment. But before I visit the R versus Hepworth judgment, there's something that I also want us to visit, and that is, I want us to think about this. You know, I haven't been uploading videos the way I do. I haven't been active the way I do. And I will be honest, guys, fatigue. I'm tired. I don't want to lie. I am super tired. And so I am making sure that December, because I think for me, from what I know, the courts are, the last day should be the 1st of December, which is upcoming Friday. Other than that, I think we'll come back in court. So I just want to make sure that I get as necessary rest as possible. But I also have good news, right? That I'm going to announce, right? So I will tell you about this good news. Do you remember the story about R versus Hepworth? Do you remember the citation quoted there says, the judge is not just a mere umpire, issuing yellow cards and red cards and just keep quiet. When you continue with the judgment, it talks about when and how the judge must enter the arena. I want to ask you this question. Do you think that every time when the judge enters the arena, he enters the arena with good intentions? By the arena, we are saying every time when the judge enters the debate, he enters the debate with good intentions. Those are some of the questions that I have. The reason I have to ask such questions is just simple and basic. I don't understand the nature of today's argument. I completely don't understand how the judge entered the arena and why the judge entered the arena. He was not supposed to be found in that debate. I just don't get it. I don't understand how he entered the arena. Maybe you understand. There has been this tendency of overprotecting witnesses in this day. Even Advocate Mshololo at some point stated this and say, fine, my lord, you are protecting him, it's fine. In other words, he was putting it on the record. Advocate Mngomezulu at some point, he abandoned a particular line of thought and said, it's okay, it's on record. I said, for the fact that Advocate Mngomezulu even said that it's okay, it's on record, it means that they will look at all these things together. They will put it together and something is about to happen with this judge. I can vow. By something, I'm not referring to him being robbed, murdered, and all this stuff. No. I'm talking about legal processes, such as being removed from this case, or a complaint will soon be laid, or a petition complaining against this judge will soon be issued, believe it or not. The reason I'm saying is, judges will look upon them as people, not necessarily who are without imperfections, but judges will look upon them as people that, one, they are to be respected. Two, the way they conduct themselves, it is in a manner that if you are a woman, a female judge, we should see a person that gives a judgment, and in that judgment we should, or the way you manage the whole thing, Jane Court, the way you manage your court, it should tell us that, you know what, there's motherly love, there's this woman thing in you, there's matured female thing in you. If you are a man, like Judge Rata, we should learn fatherhood by the way you conduct things, so that come the day of judgment, we don't have to have unnecessary resentment against any judgment that shall be issued by you because of the way you have conducted everything or anything in the trial. It should show motherlyhood or fatherhood, the way you do it. We are expecting something like that because the position you occupy as a judge is very, very, very important. So the dignity of the judicial system lies upon you, upon how you behave. Look, this whole thing, it rests on how you represent the judicial system. Some judges will give you a judgment that when you look at it, you'll be like, it doesn't sound personal, But I have a problem. If I were to look back now at what is happening, okay, let me say this. I don't understand how best I can say this. This judge, if he will ever issue a judgment that is against the accused, nobody will be surprised. People will rather be surprised by him giving a judgment in favor of the accused. That is the only big surprise that we can see. What it tells you that he has been on the side of the defense. We have complained about the fact that he has never rebuked the like of Advocate Baloyi. These people have been ambushed and making them look like they are dumb. They don't know what they are doing. And other people have even complained about the fact that they are seeking for adjournment and all the stuff. People perceive them as best lawyers, but they are not best lawyers. And people forget that the reason why they look like they are dumb, it is simply because they are given information today and they are expected to cross-examine today. When do they get time to consult? What is the purpose of a pre-conference trial? Nobody cares about that. Today, Advocate Mngomezulu says, listen, give me time. These people have just introduced a new information now. The judge says, never, over my dead board. 12 o'clock we adjourn, 2 o'clock we are back. You know what I'm saying? The same judge had said at some point that he will conduct this trial in a fair manner. He will never be accused in a criminal trial that it was being unfair. But today we adjourn. By today I'm referring to the 29th of November 2023. We adjourned at 12 o'clock or to come back at 2. Why? Because he just afforded them 1 hour over an information that was discovered today. On top of that, he comes back and he interjects them. You know what I'm saying? How are we supposed to feel that we are led by a person who is independent? Let me rather break it down to you. The police is an independent institution. They gather information through their intelligence department, compile the information about about their suspect or target. Once they've compiled an information, they look at the information. If it is at their satisfaction, they make an arrest. Then that's an independent thing, right? Institution. The South African Police Service, once they are done with their job ends with arresting and testifying in court. It ends there. Then they need to go to another independent institution called the NPA. The NPA will give them prosecutors. Prosecutors will look at the docket compiled by the South African Police Service with their intelligence department. They will look at the docket and say, look at the facts on the docket. They will decide and tell you whether this will stand in court or not. If this will stand in court, then the NPA proceed with the prosecution to prosecute this wrongdoer in society, right? The NPA now goes into another independent institution called the judicial system. The judicial system then will say, okay, for fairness, then on the left, there must be the state with their witnesses who will come and prove that person A did what he's accused of. On the other hand, there must be the defense, which are there to prove their client's innocency. These two, they are arguing before an independent institution. Please follow this. Once that is done, the state presents its facts. Remember in the beginning I say they collect information. It is that information in the form of a docket with other substitution or other relevant information that will be discovered, such as exhibits and all the stuff, compiling evidence. The judge, let's say, the judge said person A is found guilty. It was now, remember, before I show you another one. So it was the independent institution called the South African Police Service, who look with their intelligence department, right? Working with the South African Police Service. Another institution, it is the NPA, which is another independent institution. Another institution, it is the judicial system. Look, I'm not going to count the lawyers here who are defending who. Let me just not name them. Another independent institution is the judicial system. Say then the judicial system find find person A guilty. They will make a decision and then hand person A to a fourth independent institution called the DCS. The purpose of the DCS is to correct the behavior of this wrong or of this person, right? So you now have 4 independent institutions. I am going to ask you a question, minus the DCS. If you are looking at this, do you see the sense of independency from each other? As you are looking at the sense of unfolding, do you see a sense, do you see how it's done, how things are done, the operation? Does it look like this institution, South African Police Service, NPA, through Baloyi, because Baloyi is a member of the is sent by the NPA, through the NPA and the judicial system, being represented by Judge Ratama Khwatek, do you have or do you see a sense of independency from these people? Or you just see people who are working together? If then there is now a sustained perception from the public that they are working together, how are we supposed to trust their judgment? The reason I raise this, you can correct me if I left something in these things. The reason I raise this is because the judicial system is supposed to be independent. SAP is supposed to be independent. NPA is supposed to be independent. But we see the judge leaning more towards the state. Have you ever heard him rebuking these people? No, I've never heard him. Have you ever heard him being harsh on the witnesses? I've never heard that. And the problem is that the witnesses came from the NPA and the South African Police Service. So in other words, you are favoring the SAPS and the NPA. So now we're seeing these people who are supposed to represent the judicial system falling in love with these two institutions or being in bed. It doesn't create a good image from a civilian point of view. There must be an explanation at the end of it all. Speaking about the end of it all, there's a video that I want you to listen. As I conclude this video, I want you to listen to what was happening in court and tell me what you thought. I will see you, Mina, on the next video. Till that next video, good people, please take care.
I need to thoroughly consult with accused number 1 and 2 to my satisfaction so that I can proceed to cross-examine the witness, especially on the charge sheet. And there are certain parts in the docket where accused number 1 has just indicated to me that he wants to be shown a part where his thumbprint was placed on the docket.
No, fine.
Yes, my lord,
wait. This witness is being badgered by you, saying he has repeated it 4 to 5. How many times did you say the arrest was on the 26th?
4 times, my lord.
The first appearance was on the 27th. I'm not interfering. Wait, Mr. Mngomezulu, please. I've listened to this witness. So I'm saying, where he says the first appearance was on the 27th, this document, which apparently says the first appearance was on the 27th, I've got it. The court has it. So I'm saying they must show it to you and the other counsels. That's all I'm saying.
But it's part of my cross-examination. I'm still going on exhibits. I'm still going on exhibits.
Okay,
even
fine.
on
Just
occurrence.
go on, sir. No problem.
My Lord, I think I would request an adjournment because if the court is disturbing my cross-examination, you are taking me out of the line.
No, I can't.
May I just stand the matter down until tomorrow?
No ways. Just continue. Just continue. The court is entitled, when there is confusion between the state, the prosecution, if it has a document which contradicts that contradiction, to say, is this the document you are referring to? That's all I'm saying to this witness. Is this the charge sheet you are referring to when you say the warrant of arrest and the charge sheet were simultaneously issued?
Yes, correct.
That's what this witness is saying. Now I'm told, that's all I'm saying. I can't disturb your cross-examination. You are free to cross-examine as you want. Okay.
I'm not even satisfied with the contents of what is in this.
Which one?
copies.
No, you can.
I haven't gone through them. I still want to